So just in case you missed it last time, I'm gonna show you how to make a chicken breast a little bit better. So right now I have just a standard chicken breast. I haven't done anything to it. I'm gonna first beat it with this meat hammer. Before I got this, I was just using a normal hammer and hitting it on the side like this. Anything really works. You could use like a rolling pin or anything. So I'm gonna put it inside this plastic bag. And the reason I put it in the plastic bag is just to prevent chicken juice splattering everywhere. So I do that. I'm gonna take my glove off. And if you look at the shape of a chicken breast, you'll see the thin side here and then this rounded thick side over here. Normally this side's gonna be a little bit thinner, like maybe like half an inch, and this side is gonna be about an inch thick. And in order for me to get a nice even cook on this, I'm gonna wanna beat this half to be about as flat as this half. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And you see I'm not taking and smashing one. I'm doing small little hits like this all over so I don't cause any big holes in the center of the chicken and destroy the meat too much. Great. So I'm not measuring this or anything. I just beat it until I could feel that it's even throughout, and that'll be good enough. This process tenderizes it and is gonna give it a more even cook when you cook it. So I'm a private chef and I cook for 10 people twice a day, 5 times a week. And it's a lot of work. So oftentimes I start prepping the night before for certain things. So I've beat like 10 pieces of chicken breast here. And what I'm gonna do with it is make a blackened chicken breast. So I'm gonna start by just putting some olive oil all over it. And then today I'm gonna be using a Cajun seasoning, which typically has like onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, stuff like that. And I'm gonna add a couple more things too, just to make it a little bit more flavorful. I'm gonna put a lot of seasoning on it. A little bit of smoked paprika here. Smoked paprika to me has a very strong taste, so I don't wanna put too much. And some oregano leaves. And I'll leave this in the fridge till tomorrow. And I'm gonna do a hard sear on either side, which I'll show you tomorrow. Okay, now my black chicken has been marinating in the refrigerator overnight and I'm about to cook it. I'm also gonna show you how to cook on a stainless steel pan, which can be a little tricky, but you need to get it to a very hot temperature before you put the oils in and start cooking. Otherwise, your stuff is going to be more prone to sticking. So today I'm gonna be using beef tallow that I made a couple weeks ago that's been in the fridge. This has a higher smoke point, so that's why I'm gonna opt to use this. You could also use vegetable oils, but I would not use a butter because butter will burn, especially when you're making something like a blackened chicken that requires a high heat to get a nice char. So you can come closer here. I'm just putting a little knob of beef tallow in here. It's gonna get really smoky. That's okay. I'm gonna wait for it to melt all the way through and make sure my whole pan is coated. And here I have a food weight. This is very heavy. In order to get a nice sear along the whole thing, I'm gonna use that. So I'm gonna take my chicken that I had flattened yesterday. So now it should have a more even cook. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. Make sure it's all flat, like that. And I'm not going to touch it. My heat's on a medium-high heat now. I don't want to burn it, but I just want a nice char. Now I'm gonna put this very heavy weight on top of it so it gets an even sear along the whole chicken breast, and so that it can stay flat. If a part is able to lift up, it won't touch the heat anymore. I won't have direct heat, and it won't get a nice char. Okay, so now I've had this weight and this chicken on this medium to high heat for about 2 minutes. That 2 minutes is not an end-all be-all number. You need to determine what works depending on your stovetop. I'm using gas, how thin or thick you have your chicken. But now I'm gonna go ahead and check it. I'm gonna take that weight off. Perfect. You see that for blackened chicken? That's what I'm looking for. I want to put the weight back on. For me, that was 2 minutes. But you have to do what works for you. I'm going to flip it and do about another 2 minutes. All right, now that I've had it for about 2 minutes on the other side as well, I'm going to go ahead and take my weight off and check it. Good, that's exactly what I want. You can kind of tell if it's done also by how it feels. If it's too squishy, it's most likely not done. You're gonna go ahead and take this out, set it aside. I'm gonna just put it in here like this. And you need to let your meat rest. Whether you're cooking with chicken or steak or anything, you need to leave it rest to use the residual heat to continue cooking. So I'm just gonna leave this aside. Okay, I let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes and then I cut it through. And there you have it. That's how you make a chicken breast from start to finish.